Welcome to this week's meeting of the Rockland Board of Selectmen, coming to you live on WRPS from the H. Bernard Monahan Memorial Room at Rockland Town Hall. On the agenda this week, we've got an update on the Estes property, fire department grant, and finances and transfers. Now here's the Chairman of the Board of Selectmen, Mr. Ed Kimball.
Good evening. Thank you all for joining us. Would you all please rise for a Pledge of Allegiance? Mr. Ryan? Pledge of Allegiance. Flag of the United States of America.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you all please remain standing for a moment of silence for the police officers in Dallas? Thank you. The audience participants and general public should be aware that any and all portions of this open meeting may be recorded by audio and video resources. All some of this meeting may be rebroadcast periodically by WRPS or other outlets. Persons wanting a DVD copy of this meeting should contact WRPS or the Board of Selectmen's office. A small fee will be charged. With that, we don't have anything on open forum tonight, so we have next up on the agenda, item number 2, open session minutes of June 21st, 2016.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? So vote. Under unfinished business, item number 3, appointments. Southfield Board of Directors. Mr. Chalker?
Mr. Chairman, as you know, we have advertised to fill the vacancy. We do have one applicant in front of you. His application has been filled out. Tom Henderson of Arlington Street, who we well know is one of our firefighters and head of the Rockland Firefighters Union as well. He's also chairman of the planning board, and he has requested to be appointed to the, should we say, Union Point Board of Directors.
I'll make that a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Thanks,
Should
Tom.
vote.
Good job,
Thank you,
Tom.
Tom.
God bless you, pal. Well, it was, but well, we're glad to have you.
Okay, we have a Council of Aging alternate. Mr. Chalker?
We have an application duly filled out, Edward Malone, and that is for the Council on Aging alternate.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? So vote. Thank you. Okay, next up under appointments, we have a ZBA alternate. Mr. Chalker?
Brian Hughes, I think some of you will remember Brian. He lives at Willow Pond. He is and has attached, he had attached a resume. I'm sorry, I don't believe it's in the book, but he spoke quite eloquently, honestly, on some of our zoning issues at town meeting. He had called and offered his services.
Motion to approve. Second.
All those in favor? So vote. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard, Brian.
Yep.
And I did speak to the chairman of the ZBA and to inform her that we were going to have a alternate for him, because I know they've been having some difficulty in the past with having quorums, and the fact that some members actually do some business, and from time to time there's conflict. So he was all for Mr. Hughes as well. Next up, we have Old Colony Planning Area Agency on Aging. Mr. Chalker?
Annual appointment, and this would be a reappointment, Rita Howes.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? It's a vote. Thank you. Item number 4, Estes property update. Mr. Chalker?
I'm going to try and periodically do this. At the last meeting, you had agreed for us to investigate. We had our first get-together with our attorneys and environmental engineer, as well as Mr. Butcher, who was here and talking about some prospects. We did talk with Mass Development. They are getting back to us, but we've let them know that we are interested. Not a whole lot of movement, but we're going to try and keep this on the radar. If there's a solution out there for the Estes property, I'd like to see it get done. So,
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think we all would. It's been there a long time, and I'm sure the neighbors are feeling the same sentiments.
you know, the question's going to come down on It's a little more to remediate the property to a residential standard. Now, it's in a residential zone, so at some point, before we get too far down this process, we're going to have to make a determination as to whether or not we would allow some type of business to go into the property. Well, it's certainly not a grandfathered use. One of the things we did at the last town meeting was we allowed for changes and special permitting in those types of situations so that you could have the ability for the town to allow a business to locate there. If we have to go to a residential level of remediation, even with mass development, now the cost becomes substantially more and the cleanup becomes possibly cost prohibitive. So it might take some give and take. Do you want to leave it as is, or do you want to go for this solution? And we do have at least one company that's expressed an interest in trying to get in there in about maybe 18 months or so, which would be of low impact. It's not an all-day business or an all-night business. You know, the workers come in the morning and do lab work of a sort and head home. So you're talking 2 or 3 delivery trucks a day.
Yeah, because in terms of hopefully eventually getting mass development to work with us on this, they won't, you know, I mean, they probably wouldn't come in to just, you know, remediate it just to put 1 or 2 single-family homes there. I mean, that they don't do that type of stuff.
Well, you've got a little more experience too, having dealt with it in Brockton, Mr. Mullen. But you know, I think if there's a little give and take on everyone's part, we might be able to arrive at something other than what's there now.
I agree.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Okay,
Chairman.
item number 5, Fire Department FEMA grant.
I know we have announced this publicly, but I wanted to point out a letter from Chief Duffy to report that the fire department has once again been awarded an Assistant to Firefighters grant through FEMA. They were awarded, the fire department, $386,000. The funds have been designated for the replacement of all the department's self-contained breathing apparatus. These are the air packs that the firefighters wear on their backs when they go into fires and/or toxic atmospheres. In addition, the grant will also cover survival training for all of the members of the department. And this was a 5% grant match on the part of the town. So at town meeting, the town appropriated $18,383, and as a result, we've received $386,000 in a grant. And the chief specifically singled out firefighter Mark Oshry, who was the author of the grant, and he's been very successful. I know we have announced a few grants in the past, but this was his 5th successful grant and totaling over $2 million. So thank you to the fire department, specifically firefighter Mark Oshry, for his efforts. And it benefits everyone in town and all his fellow firefighters as well. So.
No, great job.
We sent him a letter from the Board of Selectmen thanking him for his dedication to the town of Rockland and the work he's done on his grants from the board.
I'll make a
motion?
second that motion.
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Okay, if you could take
That
care
would be
of
going
that now.
to Mark Oshry to the chief.
Yep, we will copy the chief
Yeah.
as well.
Item 6 is the Green Community Grant.
Mr. Chairman, I think we were just catching wind of this at our last meeting, but we have received the official notification and already had our preliminary meeting. This is the letter that accompanied the contracts that town had to sign this week. I think I signed them this morning, actually. But it's $245,000, $245,000, just over that, in Green Communities grants. Now, this is in addition to the $185,000 we received when we became a green community in 2013. Listed on that are a number of lighting retrofits, a generating heat pump, a number of weatherization programs, all at the Essen School, the high school, middle school, the police department, the fire department, highway department, library, town hall, youth commission, a number of grants, and again, they total $245,000. So combined with the money we received. That's almost $430,000 we've received through the Green Communities Program. I specifically want to single out Marcy Birmingham, who's been working with me on a number of grants, and she helped clean up some of the my filing processes in order to get our final report in, which helped qualify for this application. So we finished our previous grant and then got this in time, as well as our year-end report. And Marcy did an excellent job with all of this. So
Again, another great job, and just shows the dedication that, Town of Rockland has with its employees and staff. So, again, all these things, I mean, the people are paid, but they also, it's nice to find these pockets of money that the state has so they can utilize them to help keep, our budget at a reasonable.
we've announced, I
place.
believe, someplace close to $1 million in grants, and we know that we're still eligible for some more coming out of just the past year. So with some effort and with enough manpower and personnel and help, it's all stuff that helps improve the quality of life here in Rockland. So
Oh, great job. Item number 7, finances, transfers, and encumbrances.
in front of you is a request. It's that time of year, which is the reason we are meeting on the second Tuesday. Every time at this time of year, we have to do any of our transfers and encumbrances. These have already been approved by the Finance Committee, but it's required that the Board of Selectmen and the Finance Committee approve all of these. So, there's a request from the Veterans Office to transfer $7,700 to the Health Department.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor? To vote?
There's a request from the Town Treasurer to transfer $5,000 from his payroll processing account to unemployment.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? To vote?
There's a request from the collector to move $5,000 from lines postage, tax liens, and sundries to the department, to the Board of Health.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? To vote?
There is a request from the Treasurer's training account for $1,351 to the Medicare account.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? To vote?
There is a request through the Assessor's Office for $5,215 from their assessor clerical account to the Medicare account.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? To vote?
There is a request from the Information Technologies account, the IT Computer Services, for $5,000 to be sent to the Medicare account.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? To vote? Okay, next up on the agenda, item number 8, alcohol license, DBA name change, Holiday Inn to Doubletree.
It's as simple as it reads, but all the information is in front of you. Holiday Inn is changing their name to Doubletree and needs the approval from the Board of Selectmen.
So moved.
Second.
Did anyone provided all the paperwork?
It is. Yep, provided all paperwork is up to date and all taxes, et cetera, are paid.
Okay, so we have a second on that.
Yeah, Mr. Welch.
Second.
Welch.
Yep.
All those in favor? To vote? Next up, item number 9, Union Street awning
There
request.
is a request for an awning by the KMR Beauty Bar for permission anytime a company puts an awning out that extends over town property, in this case the sidewalk on Union Street. It requires the Board of Selectmen's approval.
So moved.
Has anyone,
Second.
well, I just,
Nah,
was-
it's just-
I know, I was just going to ask a question. Is
Okay.
Mr. Rubel taking a look at it?
Yes,
And is there any issues with
There
Mr.
are no
Rubel or
issues.
zoning or anything like that?
none.
Okay.
It doesn't get this far if there are.
There you
I
go.
just figured I'd ask.
I
that's all.
appreciate it.
So we had a motion.
We do.
Second.
All those in favor?
There you go.
So vote. Next up, item number 10, Town Administrator's Report and Correspondence. Mr. Chalker.
We have a request from Candace Horan at 42 Durbeck Road. She's requesting they're hosting a party on Saturday, the 30th, and expecting a number of out-of-town guests. There'll be a lot of cars and kids running around. They wanted to block off their street between Monroe and Pierce. It's about a 4-house section. She has been in touch with the Lieutenant Zioli at the police department. I would ask that the board approve the request, subject to police department approval.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
There you go.
So vote, happy birthday.
Happy birthday is right.
Mr. Chairman, just to let you know, we did receive, due to a sale, I'm not sure exactly what property it was, if that's on here, but we received a check from Southfield, Union Point, for $102,477. And that was a result of the sale, and that goes into our reserve account here to be expended for capital projects. Just informing you.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I think that was for the Pulte Homes property. They bought some more property over there. I think it was parcel WW-2 in Weymouth.
It does say Pulte Homes on the bottom of that.
So,
I was blinded by the numbers. We like the 102,000
numbers.
coming to town.
Yeah, we do.
I want to, I think we've talked about this again, but the Kiwanis Club is having their annual 9-hole golf tournament to benefit the Kiwanis Club of Rockland, and that will be held on July 9th at Strawberry Valley Golf Course. It's $75 per person, and there is more information if anyone wishes to play as an individual or put together a team. They can contact Town Hall, or specifically Tony Materna here at Town Hall is very active with the Kiwanis. The Rockland Men's Club, and they operate for the most part out of the Senior Center, is having their annual tournament on August 24th, and they are looking for players as well as hole sponsors. If anyone is interested, they can get additional information in my office. We will forward this to everyone, and that's from Jack Conway, who is the chairman of the Rockland Men's Club. Reminder once again to those of you watching, Town Hall is closed on Fridays in July and August, actually through September 2nd, when we will reopen on Fridays. And we are not open Tuesday nights in July and August, but we'll resume on September 6th with Tuesday night hours until 8 o'clock if anyone is interested in stopping by. We are only open Monday through Thursdays in the summer. And that is the extent of my remarks, Mr. Chairman.
Thank
I
you.
do have one other coming up. The Rockland Education Foundation will be hosting a big band, the Kenny Hadley Big Band ensemble, I guess, on their outdoor stage, and it is really a kickoff towards the beginning of the school year. They know that the senior citizens will appreciate and anyone who's never heard a live big band jazz, aka a la Buddy Rich. So mark your calendars for August 21st, and we will have more information going out. I know that Dave Murphy will have that up on his website, and I can say that is my first official notification from the new superintendent, Alan Cron. So welcome to the fold, Alan, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
okay. Next up, we have selectmen comments. Comments and opinions expressed by the individual members do not necessarily reflect the views of all of the Board of Selectmen and are the opinions and comments of only the individual member. With that, Mr. Mullen.
Just a few quick things. About 2 weeks ago now, I was invited by the Rockland Chamber of Commerce, along with Mr. Henderson, to just share my thoughts on a bunch of the progress that the town has been making with regards to a whole bunch of things, as we know, but especially in regards to Union Point and Southfield. We talked a lot about, obviously, the opportunities that exist. Also, the potential to open the gate came up as well, and talked about how with the new zoning changes, with the things we're trying to do in downtown, it does make sense, but we have to really do some work in terms of planning and education to folks to get there. So that was encouraging, and I thank the Chamber for inviting me there. I also, on the 4th of July, had a great opportunity to join the Lonsberry and the Spear families at the 90th birthday party for their mom, and it was a great day. I got to present a citation on behalf of Senator Keenan, so again, happy birthday to Mrs. Mary Lonsberry. And thirdly, it's great. It was great to see the application from Mr. Hughes, Brian Hughes, earlier tonight. It's we talk about it. I talk about to everyone who listens, including all my friends. The need to to have new people involved in town, young people with families and who care for the right reasons about Rockland. And I was really happy to see his application tonight. So welcome, Mr. Hughes, and I'm looking forward to more things to come. So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Mr. Welch?
No comments.
Okay. Mr. Ryan?
It's been a couple of weeks, but the new playground up at Hartford Park, I think haven't been back since that. It was great to see 250 volunteers plus their kids and people everywhere coming up there to put that playground together. Congratulations to all the people that work so hard. I can't even begin to name any names because any one of us would forget too many of them, and it's just too many people to thank for doing such a great job. I was there pretty much all day, and it's amazing how it went together, and it was a good thing to do. The grants. Through the town administrator's office and the fire department and all the different people that are working together to get these green grants, fire grants. I don't care where we get them from. The town of Rockland can use all this money, and we got Alan Chalker and Marcy Birmingham and all the people within our office, including all the guys sitting here, that have worked together to make sure that these things sort of come our way, and they've been working for us. So. Let's run with it, and hopefully we'll get some more. Other than that, summertime is doing great. I'm full into the summertime mode. I'm enjoying myself. Vacations are nice. Be safe out there, and enjoy the summer. We'll see you one more meeting next month before we come back in September. But that's all I got, Ed. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Again, as Mr. Ryan has said, there was a lot of people who come out for Hartford Park. I mean, I hadn't been to Hartford Park and that deep into Hartford Park for years. I think since I had swimming lessons down there. That's how far back. I mean, other than going to the baseball field at the time, which is now girls softball fields. So it's good to see a lot of people out there, and it was good to see them all working together. The weather was great. The people were good, and everyone. It just showed community spirit and the fact that. With teamwork, you can accomplish anything, and I think that was the same sentiment with the grants. We're very fortunate to have a lot of people who are willing to put themselves on the line for Rockland each day, and we thank them for that. I also went over to the food truck rodeo last week. We've been having those, and as anyone can tell, I like to eat, so it was actually a good time. A little cool the other night when I had it, but they did have a name change if people haven't heard about it. Southfield is now called Union Point. And the reason behind that is with the new zoning changes, with the 3 communities changing their zoning, they wanted to give the project a fresh start and, have good PR on the project. Unfortunately, Southfield has been around so long. There's some stories out there that sometimes detract from what Southfield could be, so I think that's what predicated the change. Paving on Market Street, is still ongoing. It was expected to be done by July 19th. I don't know if we've got any updates on that, Alan, but that's a week away, and hopefully they get it done by then. And also we have a new restaurant uptown. Rockland Bar and Grill is open, so get out and try it. I went Monday night with last night. My wife and my son, and the food was good, the people were good, the owner was very friendly, and I wish them well, and I hope they, can make it up there, because we can certainly use another restaurant in town. There's not enough of them in town right now, that are family style and whatnot, so I wish them well. And I'll also be remiss if I didn't mention that Kelly O'Brien, McKinnon, and Steve Lamont are other two board members for Southfield Redevelopment Authority. Were here in the back, and I apologize if I didn't call them to get an update, because I knew they took time out to come out and see the list of candidates we had for that position. So I want to thank all the people who come out. And as Larry said earlier, and Mike had said, and I know Corey feels the same way as well, we need volunteers for these positions. We need new people, new faces, new ideas. That's what makes the town great, and that's what keeps the town moving forward. So, it's good to get out and be involved, and just going to town meeting, seeing younger people get up and speak and talk about issues. I mean, there's nothing better than that. I mean, that's what makes the community, is different ideas and people coming out. So I think it's great to have that. And that's all I have for tonight. And again, we won't be back till August 2nd. Not a lot on the agenda tonight. And as Alan has said earlier, it was mainly so we can get transfers done. So thank you all for tuning in, and have a good night. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all. Good night.